Hello, all you beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, and we are gonna get into some self-care and a little stuff. So today, I'm gonna do a face mask with you guys, and I'm going to do the Indian Healing Clay Mask. You have to add apple cider vinegar to it. So I got my little face mask mixing bowl and stuff. So you do equal parts. You're gonna do an equal part of the powder and an equal part of the apple cider vinegar. So, I think I have like a big face. I'm gonna do 2 scoops. We'll see if that's enough. I might need a little bit more, but you'll see. I can't remember how much I used last time. It's been a while since I've used this mask. Literally the worst part about this mask is it stinks because of the apple cider vinegar. Like, gross. So I'm gonna mix it up. But it actually like works really well. I have a lot of face acne due to COVID from like wearing a mask, so like your dirt and stuff gets all caught up in there. All right, we are looking pretty good now. Okay, and honestly, it doesn't smell that bad anymore. It's just the initial like smell of apple cider vinegar. Oh, she nasty. She nasty. All right. Let's get to work. So, my story time for today, because you have to leave this on for like 10 minutes. Ooh, it's cold. It's cold. So recently, well, right before COVID and quarantine, I recently moved across the country. I moved from Buffalo, New York, all the way to San Diego, California. And I drove. Yeah, I know, I drove. And that took about 3 days. No, I lied. It did. It took 4 days because we left on the 3rd and we got here on the 7th. It could have taken 3 days, but when we left, we had a really bad snowstorm. Like when I was leaving New York, it was like snowing heavily. And we only got to Cleveland, Ohio. And if you are from New York and you've been to Cleveland, you realize that like I basically didn't do anything at all, like at all. It was like, we drove like 3 hours maybe. But yeah, so the first night was like a bust. I took my mom drove with me, and so we're in my car. My car is like a tiny little clown car, like no joke. So it was me in the front and my mom in the front. My dog, at the time I only had 1 dog, was behind me. We left 1 seat up for him, and I put down the rest of the bench seat in the back to put all my stuff in. And when I tell you, we could not see out of the windows. Like it was like packed, like to the top, couldn't see. You couldn't see out the rear view. Like, thank God it has a backup camera, because that's the only way we like could see behind us if we were pulling out or backing up. And we also had my cat and a little cat carrier on my lap in the front seat. My mom drove the whole way. Thank God. But she's also like the type of person, like, we literally, when we took our stops, we drove until she could not drive anymore. She was so damn tired. We went to sleep, And she would like wake up. We woke up at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. She's like, let's go. Like she just wanted to get here and get it over with, which I'm very grateful for, because if I was driving, I'd be like, It probably would have taken me like a week to get here. It was an adventure, to say the least. Driving with 10-month-old puppy and a cat. And my cat, oh my God, like I felt so bad. He was like refusing to use the bathroom because he like doesn't like new spaces. And like being in a car that long, like, oh my gosh, it was like a wreck. But so we stopped at like motels on the way, because usually those are the ones that like allow animals. So we stopped in Ohio, and then we stopped in Missouri. That one was so sketchy. Like, okay, the one in Ohio was fine. It was like right off the thruway. There was like an Olive Garden. Like there was so much around it. Like, so it was just kind of like, okay, whatever. The one in Missouri, I don't think I slept because I was terrified somebody was gonna break into my car. It was like an old rundown, like, you know, like when you see in like movies and stuff, and like you see like the motel signs and it's like no vacancy and it's all like glitchy, like swear to God, that's what it looked like. Terrifying. And then we stayed in Oklahoma, right? Yeah, we like literally as soon as we crossed over into Oklahoma, we like stopped at it was like a pretty decent motel, like nothing like fancy, but like I said, like we literally were just stopping so we could sleep, because we couldn't even put like our seats down, like because there was that much stuff. We were like sitting all the way forward. So yeah, when we crossed over into California, like crossing the state line, we like went up to this, like we had to go through this like makeshift border patrol shed tent thing. It was so weird. And they were like asking us all these questions. They were like, are you really from New York? And I was like, yeah. And I literally like, we're pulling up, and I looked to my mom and I'm like, they're totally gonna like want to search our car, because it was like packed. And I was like, I swear to God, if they open that, like it's gonna explode. Like that's how we like shoved it in with the door, and we're like, okay, we're not opening it until we get to California. And I was like, oh my God, if they do that, they're just gonna rip it all out. And like, cause I've seen that happen like at the Canadian border, where they like completely like searched a car, and I'm like, they're going to, because we have all this stuff. And he was like, do you have any animals? And I was like, just a dog and a cat. He's like, okay. Do you have any produce? And I was like, no. He's like, do you have any spices? No. Like, it was just like bizarre, because to me, like I've never had to go through that. So I was like, what? Like, why does that matter? But okay. So yeah, that was like fun coming into, I guess. My husband was living here. He moved in November, and I didn't move out until December. So he was just sleeping on an air mattress here, and we had nothing. We had no couch, no like bed, no chairs, nothing. Like literally we had no furniture or appliances or anything, like at all that I can remember. Like, no, yeah, we didn't. I think he had like, he bought a frying pan. We had a frying pan, a pack of silverware, and an air mattress. That is it. Like that is, and like all of his clothes are here, but for like us to share, like that was it. So when we got here, we literally like, we unpacked my car, brought all my stuff in, you know, kind of put it in the bedroom, and we were like, okay, now what? So we actually went straight to IKEA, and we literally furnished our whole house at IKEA. Like shout out to IKEA. We got our couch, a coffee table, a TV like stand-ish thing. I don't know. It's like a little bookshelf thing like in front of my TV. You can either lay it down or like stand it up, and we have it laying down. And it has little boxes in it. And then we got like our breakfast bar chairs. We got our bed frame, our mattress, like literally everything. We got a desk chair, like everything from IKEA. So then we got it here, and that was my first time at IKEA. I didn't realize that I had to build everything. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this is why they don't have IKEAs in Buffalo, because we ain't about that. Sorry, I just realized I missed this thought. And then when I got here, like, my expectations for California, like, I love it here. I really honestly do. There's just like certain things, like, it is so expensive out here. People don't realize it. Like, they're always like, oh, like, California's expensive. Like, it's not expensive in a sense of like shopping and stuff, because I've figured that out. Like, I've figured out where to go, who to like go through, like what deals I can use and stuff like that. The cost of living out here is so crazy. So crazy. Like, looking at the market of like buying a house in New York that would sell for between like 150,000 to like 300,000, like in that ballpark. Like, think of like a house like that, like, you know, 2 to 4 bedrooms, like a yard, like a nice house, a decent house. Literally, even 2-bedroom houses out here are selling for like 500,000, and it's like, for what? Like, and like, I'm looking at that, like, it's less square footage than my 1-bedroom apartment that we're in right now. Like, it's just crazy. Like, it's just a shock in like all reality. But it's also moving down here, like, I never realized how close San Diego was to the Mexican border, and how that like influences like living here. But it's kind of funny because I moved from one border to the other, like, because I was like, literally, Canada's my backyard in Buffalo, and then like moving here, like, Mexico's our backyard in San Diego. But there's a lot of Mexican culture here too, which I love. I think it's amazing. I love Mexican food and like the music, and just the people down here are like generally like, they're pretty easygoing, and they have like a nice like vibe about them. I don't know. It's just like different. Like, and I know like that sounds so like, well, obviously, but you never realize like, I'm in the same country, I'm just in a different state, like, but how different it is. Like, it's just crazy. And I love it here though. I really do. I've learned so much here. I've literally gone through so much here. I've gone through ups and downs and loop-de-loops, and like, it's crazy. Like, when I first got here, I actually already had a job, because I made sure that was like my #1 thing moving out here, was like, I'm gonna get a job before I even move out there, because I don't want to be stuck without a job. Little did I know I was gonna lose that job, and then coronavirus happened. But that's another story, that's another video. I'll get into that at another point in time. But since then, I've actually gone to school. I've gotten a certification, and I'm waiting on an externship so that I can get my license for phlebotomy, and I'm super excited to start that new endeavor. Yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy how much your life can change, and it's crazy how much your life can change in like a short period of time. Like, looking back on it, like 2 years ago, like looking at my life now, I never would have thought that I would be out here. And I've almost been out here for a year now. Like, it's crazy. And it's crazy to think like that life still goes on, you know, like I think that's like the hard part, is like all my family and friends are living in New York while I'm here in San Diego, and I don't know anything that they're doing. Like, I'm not there on a daily basis, but their life is still going on, and they don't know what I'm doing, but life is still going on. It's just, it's kind of, I guess, like a little bit of FOMO going on, like fear of missing out, and a feeling of missing out. But, you know, I have grown so much being out here and kind of escaping what seemed to be a stagnant life for me. So I couldn't be more grateful, and I'm really excited to see like where this takes me, you know. So I don't know. I hope you guys stay along for the ride though, because it is going to be so much fun. So yeah, I'm gonna go wash my face off because it's kind of cracking and falling off, and I will be back. So I'm back. I rinsed it off, did my face feels like, I always love doing a face mask, but I really like this one because it kind of just, it makes your face like tingle and like pulsate, and it's a good feeling, really. It feels really nice, and you can kind of like feel it cleansing. So yeah, I would recommend this, especially if you are prone to like oily skin, or you get like really bad cluster breakouts, because this stuff, it will change your life. It'll change your life. It will change your life. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you next time. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will link all of my social medias down below. So if you'd like, give me a follow, check it out, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.